Hey everybody, Chris here with Northeast Florida's mobile notary, and today we're going to be talking about stamp cleaning. And again, this is how I do things. If there's a better way to do it, go ahead and leave your comment in the comment section, and I'd love to hear about it. And if this helps you, then great, purpose served. So let's go ahead and get started. And this is very kind of simple. It's nothing too involved. I use basically these items right here. It's a little tub, not very deep at all, a little bit of Dawn dish soap, and some paper towels. So I use two tubs, one for the actual cleaning and one for drying everything. And I just lay about 4 paper towels, those single paper towel strips in there, fold them in half, and put a little Dawn dish soap in it. And I think I use just a little bit too much for this, but it'll do the trick. Soak in the paper towels so they're nice and wet, and there's just a tad bit of water flowing around in there. Nothing that's going to drown your stamp or anything like that. So just a little bit. You want it to be soaked but not drenched. Okay, and let's go ahead and get started with the actual cleaning of this. And let's see, I have my stamp here, and I'm going to move this out of the way for right now. One of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ink pad out of my stamp, and this has a nice little lock feature right here, so I'm just going to bring that up and lock it into place and pull my ink pad out, and I'm just going to go ahead and set that aside somewhere. Now I can go ahead and unlock that so that it flows nice and easily. Let's bring this back in here, and this is my wet tub, right? So I don't go crazy for anything, but I just take my stamp there and I press it down in there, and I just keep doing that until it's looking like it's nice and clean, and it looks like it's clean. You can see it's sudsing up and everything, which is good because it means it's cleaning your stamp. And you can see it's all, I put a little bit too much in there. No big deal. It's not going to hurt anything. Okay. Next thing I do, let's go ahead, and you can see where all the ink and crud and all that came off. You can see over here where I was stamping it last. Not so much of anything anymore. Okay. Go ahead and get all the excess stuff off there. Get this one out of the way. Bring in my dry tub. Boom. There's my dry tub. Just take my stamp, go ahead and press it in there a few times. Not going crazy until it starts to look a little dry. Now, because I put a little too much in there, you can see still I have all kinds of suds on this side of it. Just gonna take my paper towel, reach down in there and wipe all that stuff off. It's not going to hurt anything. Wipe off the outside, wipe off around it, and this will keep your stamp nice and usable for a long time. You don't have to go out and buy a new stamp. Okay, got most of it out. Gotta get to those little corners there. It's kind of a pain. Probably grab a Q-tip or something and just kind of get into those corners. Okay. Got most of it. Not a big deal. We go ahead and just make sure that the impression portion is nice and dry. And if I look on that side of it, that's what it looks like now. I guess I should have shown it to you before what it looked like, but that was all black, obviously from the ink. So now it looks nice and clean. And I'm going to go ahead and let this sit out and dry off completely for, I don't know, about half an hour, maybe less than that. But for the most part, it is pretty dry. And if I really wanted to, I can put my ink pad back in. Alright, so the last thing I have to do here, and I'll keep this out so I don't get ink everywhere, but I'm going to take my ink pad out, and I have my stamp ink right there. That's a better shot of it. And I usually carry this around with my kit with me. And I'm just going to drop a few drops of this in here and just kind of reload the stamp. Before I do that, let me show you right here. Get something to point with. I don't know if you can see it in the video or not, but let's see if we can't get a better view. Yeah, so you can see around here the impression of the stamp and all in this area. So when I'm reapplying my ink, I really kind of want to make sure I get those areas particularly. So a couple drops, and you can see how it kind of expands out. So you don't want to go overboard with this. And it will soak back in. And that's all I'm going to add. Probably added a couple drops too many, but yeah, it'll be alright. You can see it's pretty much all soaked in. Got one last spot, and there it goes. So now my pad is good for a while. I'm going to go ahead and set that aside. And once the stamp is 100% completely back dried again, I'm just going to go ahead and put the ink pad back in, and we're ready to keep going. That is pretty much how I clean my stamp. It's very quick, very easy. It doesn't take long. It's not messy at all. And I hope this helped you out.